Okay. So Kevin, you want to talk about how this works?
Yep. So the telescope is outfitted with an emergency stop in the case that you need to de-energize the telescope. One of the nice features is that you can push the stop, which will de-energize the motors. However, power as well as encoder position is still saved.
So you won't get lost if you do that.
Correct. To reset from the emergency stop state, the button needs to be twisted and will pop up, and then a simple reset command is sent from the computer.
Is that done in the software that's provided?
Yes.
And then how does this work? This is how you turn it off and on?
Yep. This is the main power switch for the telescope. The off position has the handle horizontal. It's clearly marked. The on position is vertical. The cabinet, for most purposes, can only be opened while power is turned off. These clips need to be removed, and in order to open, you'll see that it's catched. So there's a switch here on the power that will need to be rotated, and then you can lift the door of the cabinet.
And what's in this cabinet?
So this is the control system for the CDK7000. Incoming power is wired on the top side of this disconnect. You've got line voltage, neutral, and ground. And from there, the larger components in this box, you have the 48-volt power supply that runs the motors. You have a 24-volt power supply that is for the enable circuit, which runs the e-stop that we talked about. And then you also have 12-volt power, and this is only used for accessories on the telescope. And just as a note, these power supplies are rated between 100 and 240 volts, both 50 and 60 hertz. Moving down, we have the ACR controller, and then the individual axis amplifiers.
Oh, I see. This is azimuth and this is altitude.
That's correct.
And this is what talks to the computer. And
That's correct.
And then this controls these.
Correct. And this is all done over Ethernet, 10100 Ethernet cables.
It's right here. So the Ethernet plugs into the computer.
That's correct.
And then the power coming in is just a 3-prong 110-volt power supply.
As far as the United States goes.
Yes, yeah, as far as US goes.
And then just real quick down here, we have the encoder breakout module for its corresponding axis, which this one's altitude. We have the input-output breakout blocks here. Once again, this one's for altitude, this is for azimuth. And then we also have the azimuth encoder breakout block.
Good.